They run them because it's anything over 15 they run. They have to run suicide. So they are real concerned about that after the game. Even that, I don't know if it was 16 against Tennessee, so they had to run, even though they won. And then it was 18 in South Carolina, so they had 3. They really don't like that. But, so anything over 15, they know they have to run.
So they run an extra set per turnover? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, so if they have 15 or less, you're not running extra. We're still running it all the time in practice, but they're the extra ones. So 1 33-second suicide for each turnover over 15. So everybody got the formula. Everybody got that. So they have 1 for this Georgia game.
You talk about winning different ways in a Florida game. How about last night? Was that a different way with the half-court defense? Was that something new?
Yeah. Our press had been good, and we are generally a double-digit per half turnover machine. I mean, we generally are going to turn you over in the neighborhood of 10 times, sometimes more, sometimes it's around 8, but it's never 4. And Georgia had 4, and they didn't have their starting point guard, and they were missing another key player, and so it was a really poor performance, and nothing to take away from Georgia, but just we should have been able to bring more heat, and it happens sometimes over the course of a long season when you're a pressing team. It's that night where maybe one person's not ready to go, and the press is funny. If you make one mistake in the press because you're playing in between, then it gets everybody else thinking, and it just starts to build on you. And we had a miserable performance in our press last night, to the point to where I said in the second half, I didn't want to do it because I think it's the easy way out for them, and I think it is, kind of turning your back on what your responsibility is, and I don't want them to do that, but we had to take the press off. Georgia we just didn't have the rhythm. We couldn't make anything happen. So we just went to half-court defense, and really trying to crash the offensive boards was our formula. So it was a different way to win the game. But that's, I think, what good teams do. I think if you don't have, if the game plan's not going, can you adjust during the game? And that was good. We were able to do that because down 10 on the road in Athens is not a good situation.
Do you have any updates on Jennifer O'Neal's injury and what you're going to do with her this season?
That is, talked with Jennifer, met with Jennifer, I think last week, and so she's out of her boot. She's still healing. The doctor, if she were a senior and had no time available to her, we might be trying to progress her more quickly. But she and I have spoken, and it's looking more and more like we would request a red shirt at the end of her 4 years. That's the process. So it's looking like she. The hopes of her playing are growing dimmer for the year. If she were to get, it's not my decision totally. It's Jennifer and I will talk. If she were to get back into practice in a couple weeks and just be lights out and doing great and say, hey coach, I have a feeling about this team, I would advise her against it. But if the kid says she wants to play, we'll see about that. I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think Jennifer's going to play this year, but it's not totally ruled out. We haven't made a final decision, and we really don't have to right now. But just to give you guys an update, I think that's the road we're going down. I don't think she's going to play, if I had to say today.
Anything else?